Assignment this week, I'm going to go over some quick ways to begin drawing in Illustrator using a reference photo. I pulled another leaf photo that's similar to the one that I did in class, and if I zoom in here, you'll see this one's a little bit lower resolution. I'm going to clean it up a little bit and just get rid of that mark right there. And just how we started our last project, I'm going to go up to Adjustment, Threshold. I'm going to move the threshold until it's a solid black image. I'm going to go File, Save As. I'm going to save that as leaf. Let's call it shape. And from there, I can go into Illustrator on this blank document, and I can place that image, File, Place, and navigate to that folder, drop that in. And now I have this solid black shape of the leaf. And I can go to Object, Image Trace, Make and Expand. And you'll see it also drew around the background and the inside fill. I'm going to click on the background, delete it, and now I just have the shape of the leaf. And it's outlined and it's vector based, and it's ready for me to change the color and to change the size. Now, I'm going to lock this layer, and I'm going to place on a new layer the photo as reference. I want this to go behind, and you can even do the step before to make sure everything's lined up and make it easier for you to line everything up. And I'm just going to get it aligned as best as possible so that I can use this as a reference to draw in the details myself. So I have my outline shape, and I have my reference photo. I'm going to add a new layer on top of the reference photo, and using the pen tool, I am going to click and drag and follow these lines to add some detail. Now, I don't have a color for the stroke selected, so it looks like I didn't do anything. But if I go back and click all of these, you can see it's there. Right now I have it select as fill. If I reverse this down here in my toolbar, you'll see now it's lined up, but I want it to be a darker color, and then I'm going to use the stroke tool and even make those bigger. So now if I turn off this layer, oops, hold on, let me undo that. Let me bring my photo reference layer below. If I turn it off, you'll see I have the leaf and some detail starting to fill in. So I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to do one more stroke down this way. You see I'm starting to add detail to my leaf. If I rather would do this through shapes instead of strokes, or I decide that I don't like the way this looks, I could click all of them, hold down Command as you click to select all, make them thinner, turn my reference layer back on. I can even zoom in there, and I can decide that I want to click on this again and actually make it a shape and a filled shape instead of a stroked one, like that. Now, if I didn't have an image that worked well with the trace tool, I would probably use my pen tool to trace this leaf shape. So remember, some good things about the pen tool is that you have total control. You can click and drag and follow the edges of a shape. You'll see it's trying to start filling in because it doesn't know that I'm actually outlining this part of the leaf. So if that bothers you while you work, you could just change it and put the stroke here, or you can turn off the color altogether and then go back and switch that to have a filled in object. I'm just going to cut this short and come back over here so you can see how I traced that and made an object that's completely filled in. You'll see over here I didn't follow the lines exactly, so if I wanted to go back and even drag those with the direct selection tool and get that more precise, I can. Another method of drawing would be the pencil tool. And again, you see how I did that by clicking on that arrow and finding the pencil tool, and you can follow lines as well as following whole shapes. You don't have as much control as you do with the pencil tool or the pen tool, but it might be a more comfortable way for some of you to draw. So there's just a few drawing basics. I hope you guys find that helpful as you work on your projects this week, and I can't wait to see what you create.